Hi!
Hi!
We're back in a different setting this time, just trying out a few things to see how it works. And topic for today is dating.
But not us.
They're not us. Oops, sorry. Okay,
We're talking about our kids dating.
right.
So you have kids who are
Have been dating.
have been dating. I was
Yes.
going to say old enough to date, but okay, have been dating. So your eldest is almost 22.
Yeah.
So how open were you to it when he started dating?
I guess it's the age when he started dating was somewhere in secondary school. Yeah, Sec 1. Sec 1, yes. When he started dating was Sec 1, and it was, it was just a matter of time because even when he was in primary school, he had friends who were very more extroverted and he isn't. So his friends were like, I'm having so and so as a girlfriend, so and so as a girlfriend. And then he will come home and he tell me one thing about him and I is that we have a very open relationship. And the interesting thing is when he shared with me, I always wonder what do they do at that age? In primary school, what do they do at that age? And I did get quite concerned, but the fact that the boy was sharing and he was
that's
open,
good. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it was
I
happening.
think it was systematic. And then when he went to primary school, first we talked about smoking.
Primary
drugs.
school.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. They are
In
primary
P2
school
itself, I talk about smoking, drugs, and then mixing with the wrong group of people. Then gradually it comes dating and growing up and acceptable. How would you say? Acceptable behaviors. If let's say you do date someone, I do still want to be treated with respect. I don't want to
yes,
walk
of course.
into a house where my son is groping another girl.
Right.
And to each their own, but to me as a mom, I'll feel very offended.
But you had this talk in primary school?
Pretty much later to primary school, we would talk on instances when something happened, like we went to somebody's house
And something similar happened.
they were newly married and all of us were seated, we were watching TV together, and the husband and wife was literally on each other doing all kinds of weird stuff, and his mom was there. So I shared it with my son. I said that that behavior was disrespectful to that
parents.
Yes,
I mean, your
yes.
guess is a bit disgusting.
Correct.
But before your parents,
Correct.
it's a bit. Yeah.
So there are two sides to it, on one side people argue it's like they're young and they're in love. It's like,
Oh,
yes,
but I mean, they could hug and kiss, but
Yeah.
they didn't have to
there's
go.
a time and place. I believe there's a time and place for everything. Of course, you're young in love, you want to express yourself, but there is certain expectations when you're among your elders, among grandparents, around parents, and so I would talk to him casually about this. It's like how I feel. I won't tell him what's right, what's wrong, because it's not my place
It's
to
not.
say.
Yeah.
So I would just tell him that it made me feel so uncomfortable when
So
this
he's aware
couple.
how you feel. About
Yes, this couple behaved this way. So I asked him, how did you feel? You see, my husband and
And
I,
how old is he? How old?
he was I think P5. P5, yeah. So within my husband and I, it's like we're close, but then we kind of monitor our physical expressions where the kids are, because I don't want my kids to feel queasy about certain behavior, but they do see us hold hands. He does see us hug, but I think that's about where we draw the line. We could be old-fashioned that way, I say, but I expressed to him that someday should you bring a girlfriend and should you like her scantily clad, I'm cool with that, but please have some clothes on when you come to visit us. So these are rules that I've already laid down on him from P5 itself. Someday you'll find yourself a girl, a beautiful girl, someone that you're looking for, someone that excites you, and I made it a point to teach him to respect the woman, not her physical self is the most important thing, and that is one of the things that
I think you did a really good job, because from when I talked to him about dating, I can sense that he is able to see beyond just
Right.
physical appearance.
Right.
He's able to want more, which I think men his age usually don't.
Yes, and a soul connection. I want him to have that, and I'm blessed to say that somehow with a lot of craziness, my husband and I do have it, and he watched us. he watched us fight like crazy. But then there's that love that brings us together and binds us together, and he sees that.
So he's witnessed that.
Yeah, so he wants
grew
that.
up
I
with
want that.
Yeah,
I just don't want a girl that I can go out with today and that's it. But
You want
I want more than
the
that.
bonding.
Yes, and
I think some people
want
call it soulmate.
kind of like, but I don't know. I don't really. I wouldn't say that my husband's my soulmate because we got into a relationship in a very practical manner, not a lovey-dovey kind of a manner. So many times he will ask me about how we became a couple as he grew up older, and then he said, I had this girl in mind, but I'm not very sure, how do you know, how do you know that this person is sincere and if it's going to last, and, he'll ask me all kinds of questions, and I would tell him honestly my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And many times he'll ask me, how did you and dad get together? How did you know he was the one? And how practical were you guys? And I would share my 2 cents worth.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been very open about him dating, and I admire his fact that he doesn't always want to introduce me to the girl.
Alright,
Yeah.
maybe because he isn't sure that is she the one, or he wants to see whether the relationship will last.
He feels that, which is I'm very proud of, he feels that should he bring someone home and it not work out, and then he brings another person home,
Then
that we would regard him as not being a sincere person, as he's just going to bring another girl, so
another girl.
who cares? So one day when he shared,
And I think from if it's me, the girl, I would feel like if I knew that I'm the first one you're bringing home, I would know that you're serious about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. So he does have parties where he brings boys, girls, and everyone, and he will share that. Oh, so and so said this to me, and he talks to girls and stuff like that. But I respect the idea. The dad, on the other hand, is like, oh, bring her home. We want to meet her, and we're very excited and stuff like that. But I can respect the fact that he wants his privacy, and he'll let us know. I mean, we'll know he's dating. We just don't know who.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's good enough.
when the time is right and he feels he wants to introduce that person, and that will come. So yeah, I think we eased into it. We pretty much
were
eased
you?
into it.
I mean, personally, I didn't date until I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was growing up in secondary school, my friends would tell me about their boyfriends, or the guys who say talk about girls. Part of me always wondered, are they lying? Like, I found it very hard to believe. And then later on, I had friends who told me about how their ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriends from primary school. So again, I found it hard to believe. But then, as I grew older and I started to teach too, and I found out from, when we taught in after school care briefly, I was told that some of them had girlfriends and all. And then I was like, oh, kids have girlfriends and boyfriends at that age. And I still find it very hard to wrap my head around it. I mean, you're so young. What are you doing?
I asked the same thing too. But I feel that, sadly, this is my point of view, I feel that our society isn't so much to encourage you to have a girlfriend in your primary school or younger than that. It's pretty much like, oh, so and so is so cute, but you don't tend to see like, is she your girlfriend? We don't. Whereas a lot in the Western culture, a little kid going to preschool will say, oh, so and so is my girlfriend, and it's acceptable, it's cute, it's nice, it's cool. But in our Asian culture, we don't really practice that.
Well, actually, my son had one.
Do tell.
I forgot her name now, just as well. When he was in K1, I think, she gave him a love letter.
Oh,
A very sweet,
so sweet.
love letter. She'd draw things, and she always had drawings of them kissing like that. The faces
Okay.
and everything. Yeah. This
Netflix.
is you, this is me, and then I love you. And then she'd draw heart. She'd say, you're my
Oh.
boyfriend. And later on, when I was a parent volunteer in kindergarten, and I go for events, and I'd see that she was very protective of him. She was taller than him and slightly broader, and she was so protective of him that wherever he went, she would follow like him. She kind of like took charge of him.
Do you know that a lot of girls tend to do that at that age? I found that when Joshua's in primary school and he's a bit slow, preschool, he's a bit slower, he would have a very dominating girl in class that will want to care for him, want to take care of him. And
I mean, it's nice, I guess, to be taken care of. But I wonder what makes girls want to do that at that age. Mothering?
yeah, I guess it's they watch their mothers take care of people. They watch their mothers take care
I
of
guess
them,
so. Mhm.
take care of their siblings and everything. So I think, in a way, to them, it's like I'm growing up. I'm taking, and many times these girls are the youngest. So they want to have that feeling that I'm responsible for someone else.
I've never had that.
But I noticed among the girls in Joshua's life that a lot of them are very authoritative and protective.
Yeah,
And,
she was too young.
They use love in a very loosely term. Like, I love you, so I'm doing this for you. And I love you, so, I'm taking care of you. So I guess to them, that is a notion. But on the same token, it's like, I feel sad if a lot of kids these days have to go out to find love. Is there something missing at home?
No, I don't know. Or is it television where everyone has a girlfriend, everyone
It
has a
could
boyfriend?
be.
It is exposure, so they think it's just the way it's supposed to be.
It could be. I mean, exposure could be one, but not all of them. Like, you see, back when I was growing up, we grew up in kampongs, and we have. I mean, people don't say "I love you," but you feel it. It's like you go home and there's this person to talk to, and that uncle, and this grandma, and this person, and that neighbor.
So loneliness.
Yeah, so you have like a ton of people in your life. And whereas these days, kids come home to helpers. Okay, I have a helper too. And she has her own life, she does her own thing. So what are the kids looking at? So-and-so is on the phone, so-and-so is Skyping, so-and-so is talking to some other guy, and I don't have anything to do until my parents come home. So could it be that
So you
our
want someone to
kids
talk to.
are trying to find someone to communicate with, and how much better to have a common ground with someone you're educating yourself with, like so and so is in this class, so and so is in this class, and hey, let's talk about this class teacher or friend that is a common
But wouldn't you
topic.
call that person your friend?
Yes, but then you see how they use love as a loose term, not so much like, oh my goodness, I'm in love with you, I'm going to marry you tomorrow. No,
No.
it's like I love so and so. I'm sure a lot of moms
I would
today will
think
say that.
It's like my best friend. I mean, I would think that their meaning. I mean, the way you're describing that kind of relationship, I would call it a best friend. Someone I talk to every day. Someone I share all my things with.
Correct, but then at that age, are you aware of gender? Like, if it was a girl, she
You'd
would
call
be
it a
my best
girlfriend.
friend. But if it was a boy, and if you're not used to having so many, like in my household, it's all boys, and they only have like
So-
3 cousins who are girls. Pretty much everybody else is a boy. Your son is a boy. So to them, girls are a bit like less relatable. And then there also comes the other factor that my son will always tell me, elders want to say, they're so unpredictable. Today they're smiling at you, tomorrow they're staring at you, and you're like, what did I just miss? So I said, that's because we're smarter. So I kept telling him, it's like, this is not the right age to get yourself involved, because the girl
Hormonal. She needs to work through her
Right.
hormones.
She needs to work through her hormones first. And she has to know what she wants before she knows whether you are part of what she wants in her life. So always educate him that way, trying to tell him that a girl at this point in time is dealing with, PMS, all kinds of crap. And, acne, God knows what, and fashion and design, and so many things is going on, what is hip, what is not. And she may not even know if you are what
She wants.
part of that
She needs
equation.
to, yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So find someone who has found herself. I always tell him that. Find someone who knows where her life is going to be in 5 years, and then she can tell you whether are you going to be in it. So these are like, topics that we have on the dinner table, and there's no particular timing. Whenever he asks, I would share.
That's good. I mean, I don't think it should be such a formal discussion.
But when would you, or have you already spoken to your primary school boy?
Well, let's see. When that girl, the kindergarten girl, when he went to P1, they were always close, and people would tease, hey, keep it. She openly called him her boyfriend, and he was very shy about it. Though he would, whenever I was around, he'd be like a bit shy, and the rest of the kids would. It was kind of known in the class that him and she, they're a couple.
A couple.
Yes.
Wow.
And she took care of him. She was very in charge of him when he was in school. And when he went to P1, the first day of school, we received a letter in our mailbox, and it was from her.
Oh.
She had
Are they in the same school?
No, they're not. She is going to an elite school.
Okay. All right.
She's going to elite school.
Okay.
So they don't talk anymore. So we received a letter from her without a written address. He had given her his address.
Right.
So there was no written address, and she had written to him saying that she will always love him.
She covered her tracks and then she broke up with him.
Right. All that. And then that was it. So he wanted to reply, so I texted her mom. I had the parent group chat, so I texted her mom saying, hey, we want to reply. So she didn't give me the address.
Okay.
No. Yeah, she did. Later on, she did, and we replied, but the girl never replied.
Okay.
So the girl didn't reply. I guess she found someone else. I don't know. So she moved on.
She's moved on.
Yeah,
Correct.
and I hope my son has too. It's been like 2 years now. So no, we haven't had any girlfriends until recently. He wanted to make some project for someone. He kept telling me he wanted to do it for a friend, and I didn't really think, is it a boy or a girl? So then I realized, as we're talking about it, it came for him, for her, and I figured maybe he is feeling nervous about telling me it's for her. So I kind of just pretended I didn't notice the him, her. Then couple of hours into the conversation, I had asked him, so is it a him or a her, because you keep using interchangeably? So then he told me it's for a her, but she's just a friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then I was like, right, okay, okay. So, but that's all he shared, and I don't want to be like poking and provoking.
Right.
So when he brought that project back to school, I asked him, so what did this person think about it? Yeah, he was fine. And it just ended there.
They didn't want to talk further.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. And then last week he told me about another girl who, I don't know, is it the same girl? Could be the same girl. She's nice, but she's just so quiet. She doesn't talk. She's very reserved. You know how some people are like that, he said. So I said, yeah, but that doesn't mean they're not nice, I'm like that. So I said, how in school I was even more reserved. So I told him, you have to put in effort to get to know this person.
Someone, yes,
Yeah.
getting to know
You
that
need
person.
to accept the person the way she is at first, and then try to find ways that will get through to her,
Right.
to talk to her. So I guess he's trying that. So yeah, but I'm aware that kids in primary school are dating. So no, we haven't really had that conversation.
Okay, I have a far-fetched question for you. So let's say years down the road, and your son brings home a girl that he wants to spend the rest of his life with, but you don't like her.
Oh no.
What would you do?
Oh no.
The question of the century, right? I mean, for me, the timeline is way,
you
way nearer.
answered it, yeah.
But then I would love to hear your point of view too.
If I don't like her, is there a legit reason for me to dislike her?
I wouldn't know. I mean,
if there's a legit reason, then I will share that with my son. Hey, this girl, blah blah blah. Are you aware? And then if he's aware, I want to know how he looks around it, works around it. Like, how can he work it into a lifelong commitment or a long-term commitment at least?
Okay.
So,
so if he says, "Mommy, I'm in love. I don't care."
yeah, then maybe I have to do the evil mother-in-law thing and slowly work it. I don't know. But no, I don't think I'm just going to say, all right, son, if you're insistent, you're in love.
Oh, I would do that. I told my boy, I told my
okay.
son that, when I was getting married, my mother-in-law wasn't like, on top of the hills singing hallelujah
Oh, I guess
either.
you're right. I mean, in that sense, if he wakes up, he can always break up or divorce or whatever. So
I just told my boy one thing, that whoever you choose is pretty much your cross to carry. And if she makes you happy, I think bottom line, that's all I care about. And I may not like her, but I will be civil. I've promised him that I will be civil if I don't like someone that you have brought into your life, because I feel that she's not the right fit for you, but you are like really believing that she is the one for you.
and if
then-
you say you don't like it, then might put a rift.
No,
in
but
the
he will
relationship.
know. I'm honest. So I will tell
Yeah,
him
I don't want to
point.
hide it. Like
Yeah. That's why I told him, I said, if I find that she's not the right fit, I will tell you point blank that, son, I don't like this girl. But if she makes you happy, then that's all that matters. At the same time, keep her away from my house, and then we'll just meet for dinners every month. So this way, he has to respect the fact that I'm, let's say, I love you enough to accept her. But it may take some time for me to like her,
work around.
or I may never like her, But I think the bottom line is, if I see my son happy, and I really don't like this girl for whatever particular reason, I think as a mom, I just want to see my boy happy. So if she makes him happy, that's about enough. I mean, that's what marriage is all about. So that's my take, and he knows that very well. So whoever he brings in, he has to take a deep breath first. But But he kind of knows my style. It's the dad who is very unpredictable.
Well, when I reach my evil mother-in-law stage, please give me this speech.
You can replay this video.
Because I don't want to like have a rift in my relationship with my son because of some girl I don't like. Is it worth
But
it?
if you're going to fake it.
But if she's going to be so bad for him, then I'd be so hard.
But that's how we learn. There is no perfect relationship. It's always a bargain. When I was going to marry my husband, my parents, towards nearing the wedding, they had a change of heart. They said they don't think it was going to work out due to certain circumstances, and they wanted to know what I was going to do. So I told my dad point blank, I said, no, I'm going in for the long haul. But should there be certain things I cannot control, it's my consequence, not theirs. I took it as a stride where I'm making this call and I'm living with it. So likewise, should my son make a wrong choice and marry the wrong person, it will be affecting him. But then the next time he goes into a relationship, he will think first, am I making the same mistake? Where did I go wrong with my first relationship? And is really marriage in the cards? And in all honesty, I actually told him, I said, if you find someone that you think is going to be there for the rest of your life, like you said, maybe soulmate or something like that, and you want to move in with her, I'm okay with that. Because sometimes you just need the right time. Like, she may want to further studies, he may want to pursue his career. So you guys know that it's going to be the two of you, but it's just not the right time. But at the same time, due to the certain reasons you want to move in together, I'm cool with that. Get married when you're going to have kids. I'm okay with that. But of course, society may have another say, like, oh, how could your son do that? The only barrier I put in for him is it will not be acceptable if this month we have girl A and the next month we have girl B, then something is wrong. This, to me, is only workable if you found that partner, but you're not at that crossroads to make it official. Yeah, so I told him, end of the day, a wedding is a day. The license is a paper. But, when two hearts connect, it's a whole different thing. And you don't even live in the same country, but you can still be connected. So we've really kind of discussed a lot of these things. And I guess I'm a bit more open-minded when it comes to relationships. Although I live a very traditional, old-fashioned life, but I feel that we evolve with the times and relationships evolve with the times too. I mean, back in the day, women don't study that much. But if you have a girl who wants to pursue her masters and everything and then settle down, is it wrong? It's not.
It's not.
And if the guy is willing to wait and while he's doing his own thing, they're both building themselves up.
Many of them are doing that nowadays.
Correct. Yeah. So I told him I'm fully in support of that. Provided they both know that this is in for the long haul, But sometimes even that doesn't work.
It doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But at least they gave it their best.
Yes.
It's not like what you say, girl A, girl B, girl C. Correct.
Bottom line, I just want my son to know that whichever path he makes in life, his parents always have his back. So if you're going to choose the wrong person, it's your choice. But we'll still be there for you.
Right.
So remember that.
You have a point. You
remember that. Okay, so with that, we'll wrap up then. Thank you very much. Bye.
Subscribe.